really try to find out what you want to do with your towing company, right? What you're up against. You know, his business dropped off. You know, were you doing great 3 years ago and all of a sudden you're slow or something like this? So, you know, you want to engage the client in a conversation so that they're really talking to you about what it is that they're having trouble with, okay? It's not all nuts and bolts to them. It's like, you know, it's like, hey, I'm not getting enough business. I'd like to get a lot more. So give the client an opportunity to tell me or tell you on the phone what they're after in terms of a goal, what their vision is, what they're wanting to see happen with their business. That's very important. And two, if they see the internet is a key player, using the internet and marketing through the internet as a key player or a key factor in helping them to achieve those goals, right? And so if somebody says yes to that question, they say, yeah, I see the internet and I see my presence on the internet and see using the internet as a marketing tool very important in helping me achieve my goals, then we're talking to somebody who's pretty serious here, right? About the potential products and services that we've got. Kind of scroll down and take a look at the keywords and where they're ranking, what percentage of certain keywords are mentioned on their home page as an example. And you know, if we find that it's a towing company, people are going to type in obviously towing Pinellas County, right? Something of this nature. So we want to take a look at towing, obviously, as a keyword. And if we find out of, let's say, 300 words on the home page, so I'd communicate to you, I'd say, you know, hey, you've got 300 words on your home page, and you've only got 6 mentions of the word towing. So you've got a total percentage there of whatever that would be, 2%, or something like this, or less than 2%. Density, 2% of those total of 300 words would be the word towing. And that's not going to get you anywhere in terms of a ranking strategy. So letting the client know these simple points as we scroll down, we see the 2-word phrases and so on and so forth. But I'll tell you what I really do is, you know, I not only give them the details of what we're finding through SEO Quake to determine what is happening with keywords and description and title, number of repeats of words, and all these little factors. Also taking a look at sites that are ranking above them and looking in the back end of those sites and telling them a few things about that. That's important. But what's hugely important is understanding where that person wants to go with their business and getting them engaged in talking to you about that. Now, you know, if they feel they're having a personal conversation with you about that and you're understanding that, and that they also agree that the internet is a very key factor in making things happen the way that they'd like to see happen for their business, very important, then all we have to do is say, hey, look, you know, the first step for us to take to really help you out, okay, to take you where you ultimately want to go, would be to do a very thorough analysis, not only of your website, not only of the keywords on your site, not only of the position that you hold right now on the internet, what all of that means, but what your competitors are doing, the guys that are ranking above you, okay, the guys that are killing it, the guys that are getting a ton of business and getting more phone calls from you and are busier as a result of their position on the internet. What are they doing very specifically that you are not doing? So providing you with that information, right, as well as everything that needs to be done to adjust things on your website, your presence, your position on Google, so on and so forth, very important for you to know. Now, having that information will remove a lot of confusion for you. We'll get rid of a lot of confusion. It'll clear up a lot of things. You have much more certainty on what it is that you need to do to change the position, the condition, and all the factors associated with what isn't happening for you and what is happening for you and whatnot on the World Wide Web. And so, we have a product for you. It's called the Competitive Marketing Analysis, and through that analysis, we'll provide all that information for you, and then as a real punch at the end, we give you a strategy to follow from extreme priority all the way down to priority, mid-priority, low priority, so that you have a very, very simple yet very effective plan of action to follow, again, that will ultimately get you to where you want to go with your business. So we provide all that for you for $195, okay, which is kind of a no-brainer, really. You need that information anyway. And then if you're not completely wowed and super happy with what we do there, we'll be happy to give you that $195 back, but we assure you that you will be happy. And then as a result of that, after we've gone through the competitive marketing analysis, we'll be able to help that client and take that client onto the right format, the right AIM program, all-inclusive marketing program that makes sense for them. And all the products and services that we have to deliver to them to get them to where they want to go, they will also be outlined on the final pages of that research document. So once we've got all that done and we deliver the consulting, going over the highlights of the report with them, generally speaking, we've got about a 50% closing rate or greater. And on our all-inclusive marketing packages, everybody wins. The client wins, you as an IMC wins, and the company overall wins. So it's a great scenario for everyone. So.